Welcome to Scotty's Hobbies. Yesterday on KCRA 3, Ashley Zavala, the beautiful Ashley Zavala, interviewed Mike Vollman from Chevron. He takes care of the operations of the refineries here in California or oversees them, and he gave his take on why the refineries here in California are shutting down. So I'm going to play that video for you very shortly, but before we get too far into this video, make sure to hit that like button right now, please. Hit like, hit it. Subscribe, share, hit the ring bell, tell everyone about Scotty's Hobbies, and if you take care of your own vehicle, make sure you check out the video library for automotive DIY maintenance videos. Let's get back into this. Now, Ashley Zavala, she is the Capital correspondent for KCRA 3, but she's been filling in for Lisa Gonzalez this last week, doing an incredible job. She interviewed Mike Vollman from Chevron. He's an executive for Chevron. He came up with his take, or he let Ashley know why it is becoming so hard to operate in California as a refinery. Let's go ahead and play some snippets of that, and I'm going to give you a couple takes and let you know what is going to be happening. So here we go.
Today, we're hearing from a Chevron executive as two other oil companies are either considering or planning to shut down facilities in California. Here's what Chevron's Vice President of Fuels, Mike Vollman, had to say.
California has unfortunately had policies for the last 20 years that have led us to this point, and it's become increasingly a difficult place for our industry to operate. And so it is a challenge. It's concerning for the future as the impacts of policy are placed on the consumers in California. But there are things that can be done to get us back on a path that it has a more balanced approach to energy that provides reliable, affordable, and cleaner energy. And that's what we want to see happen in Sacramento, is let's get on a path that is sustainable for the industry and for the consumers of California.
What specifically would you be looking at from Sacramento, like deregulation or yeah? Yeah,
so there's the list can be long, but I'll give you some specifics. A repeal of the ban on gasoline, diesel, and natural gas vehicles that hit impacts in 2035, right? That ban is a direct affront on the industry and makes it difficult to invest when there is what we refer to as the ICE ban. We believe consumers should have the choice of what products they purchase, and let's make a level playing field and let everyone compete, including liquid fuels in the future. So a repeal of that ban on consumer choice that takes away gasoline, diesel, and natural gas vehicles. That's right at the top of the list. There's a bill that was passed last year, SB 12, that has a margin cap possibility on the refining business. You can't make investments when there's this looming threat that we're going to come in and tell you what we believe it was an acceptable amount of money for you to make. And so it makes it difficult to impossible to invest in that environment. So the margin cap needs to go away.
All right, now you can see he is concerned about a few things. One is the profit cap that California has set on refineries in California. So when they make X amount of money, and then what's the point of keep going if you've already reached that profit cap? So that right there needs to be changed for sure here in California. And that's all a part of deregulation, right? We, the people, need to get a hold of our senators, our local representatives, and let them know that this type of stuff needs to be repealed, needs to be changed. It'll give us freedom to drive our cars. It'll lower the prices of our everyday living, all that good stuff, or the cost of everyday living. The other concern he mentioned was that in 2035, the gas ban, it makes it really hard to invest or even want to operate a refinery here in California if you know, hey, 2035, we're going to stop selling gas vehicles, ICE vehicles, or diesel vehicles, whatever you want to say. And what's the point of even planning to operate in California if there's going to be no market here? Now, in the Congress right now, HJ Res 88 is a part of the California package. That's what they're calling it. I spoke with the Energy and Commerce Committee last week, and they are pretty confident that HJ Res 87, HJ Res 88, and HJ Res 89 are going to get signed next week or in 2 weeks as of right now. And what that is going to do, well, specifically HJ Res 88, that is going to deregulate the Advanced Clean Cars 2 rule in California. That's the ICE ban in 2035. So if that goes through, if they deregulate the ICE ban at 2035, my question to Mike Vollman was, is that provide a little bit assurance to them that it's going to be okay to keep operating in California? Or does he think that'll give refineries more of an incentive to upgrade their facilities to become more compliant with the emissions regulations that California and local governments place on refineries? I'm waiting to hear back from him. But let me go into HJ Res 88 a little bit. Last week, Representative Joyce and Representative Kevin Kiley from here in California both made remarks on the House floor regarding HJ Res 88. A lot of people out there are very confused about what these CRAs are going to end up doing to the regulations in the state of California. A lot of people think that CARB is going to be deregulated, dismantled. We're going to have no more smog laws when these CRAs get signed in, and that is completely false. With the CRAs that are going to be signed in 2 or 3 weeks, that is going to deregulate future laws that are going to be enacted. So one of them, like I said, is going to be the Advanced Clean Cars 2 rule that the Biden administration passed on their way out the door. That is going to be deregulated. None of the emissions rules and laws that we are currently following are going to be deregulated at this time. Now, the Transportation Freedom Act, the Stop CARB Act, maybe the CARS Act, those might put an end or start to put an end to CARB, but the CRAs that are going to be signed in the next month are not going to affect current smog regulations. So do not go out there and do diesel deletes and whatever you think. But let me go ahead and show you what they said on the House floor last week. There's going to be 2 videos here. One is going to be of Representative Royce, who introduced this bill originally, and the second is going to be Kevin Kiley, just so you guys get a little bit better feel of what is really going to happen in the next couple weeks in the U.S. Congress. Let's listen to them right now.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Last week, I introduced legislation to reverse the out-of-touch California EV mandate that the Biden administration approved with 1 foot already out the door. This de facto ban on internal combustion engines not only stifles innovation and blocks consumer choice for the American people, but it also threatens 40% of the auto market, including the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I have been leading this fight since I arrived in Congress to protect consumer choice and to foster further innovation into the auto industry. With the support of President Trump and the Energy and Commerce Chairman Brett Guthrie, I am confident that this legislation will swiftly pass and be signed into law. Thank you.
All right, now that was Representative Joyce. Let's go ahead and listen to what Kevin Kiley has to say about what this is going to do to the state of California and the other states that follow the CARB rules that the state of California make.
Mr. Speaker, this last week, I introduced legislation in the House to reverse California's ban on gas-powered vehicles. This is a special resolution under the Congressional Review Act that provides a fast-track procedure, not subject to a Senate filibuster, to overturn an agency action. In this case, it is the action of the Biden administration that gave Gavin Newsom special permission to ban gas cars in California. This is a measure that will affect almost everyone in our state. It's set to go into effect in 2035. It is utterly unrealistic, and yet it has not been subject to a vote of the people, a vote of the state legislature, or a vote of the United States Congress. But that will change soon. This measure, I believe, will pass, hopefully with bipartisan support, and will restore the ability of Californians to select the vehicle of their choice. It will also prevent massive increases in costs for Californians who are already burdened with the highest cost of living, the highest gas prices, the highest energy prices, and much more of any state in the country. I think this is a pretty common sense measure. Unfortunately, California has dragged a lot of other states along with it, with this measure, so it's truly an issue of national concern as well. And so I look forward to seeing this passed, to reversing the Biden administration's waiver under the Clean Air Act for California, and I think this will go a long way towards us restoring some sanity to our state.
So with the deregulation of the Advanced Clean Cars 2 rule, that is going to stop the ICE ban of 2035. That's going to continue to give us here in California and the states that follow the rules, or our rules, the choice to purchase whatever vehicle they want. Do they want an EV? Do they want an ICE vehicle? It's the freedom to choose is going to continue to be there because we, the people, do want choice of what vehicles we could purchase. As it is right now, the cars that we go out and purchase, the ICE vehicles, are super clean compared to what they used to be. And the vehicles, the older vehicles on the road, it's less than like 1 million here in California that are major polluters. So I think we have, 13 million cars on the road. I could be a little bit wrong off that here in California. Most of those cars these days are clean burning vehicles. So imagine still having the choice to purchase an ICE vehicle, what those vehicles are going to be emitting pollution wise. Practically nothing. So I feel like the choice to be able to choose what we want to drive is very important. I'm not all for just completely dismantling CARB, which a lot of you guys are. I do like having some emissions rules and regs. I do like to modify my vehicles. I did find a way to get around smog laws when I had my 95 Mustang that we bored out 347 stroker, supercharged, gears, transmission, everything was built up. I figured out a way to register that vehicle up in Angels Camp where they don't have smog, and I just drove it down here in the valley where we do have smog. It was kind of unfair being a smog tech and doing that, but there's ways around smog if you really, really want to. Now, if you found this video any type of helpful, if it helped you decide or understand what's going on a little bit more, please hit that like button right now. Comment below if you have anything to say or what your take is on this whole subject. Like, subscribe, share, check out the video library. Thanks for checking out Scotty's Hobbies, and I will see you guys on the next hopefully helpful video.